displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. First hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole is kind of a rough start to your round because it is both one of the longest and one of the tightest holes on this course. Obviously that means there are a lot of short holes on this course, and that is the case, as we'll see. This hole does open up a little bit when you get up close to the basket, so if somehow you can get through the first 250-foot tunnel of trees, it is possible to make birdie here, although there are definitely better birdie opportunities up ahead. I do want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the parks professor. There's the basket, and there's the view back to the tee. The second hole is a dogleg left, but it is both shorter and has a wider fairway than the first hole. So if the first hole didn't go too well for you, this is your first of several chances at redemption. It will take a good right-to-left throw to set up a birdie opportunity on this hole, but there's a lot more room to work with on this hole than the previous hole. We are at Haubstadt Johnson Township Park. We are in southwest Indiana. We're about 20 miles north of Evansville, Indiana. This is a small town park, but it has a pretty nice disc golf course. The third hole is similar in spirit to the previous hole. This hole is a slight dogleg right, and so now you're going to have to work your disc from left to right. But again, once you get past that initial cluster of trees, you've got some room to work your disc. The first three holes are completely flat. Basically, the entire front nine plays through this densely wooded area. There are some more open holes on the back nine, but we're not going to break out of the woods really until the back nine. The fourth hole is longer than the two previous holes. It starts out in this flat ridgetop area that we've been playing on, but then we're going to dogleg slightly to the right up here, and we're going to drop steeply down to the basket. This is the first hole with any real elevation change. I captured this video on Wednesday, May the 1st, and it was a warm, humid day with temperatures in the mid-80s when I came here. You can see the basket down here at the bottom of the hill. The hole behind the basket is actually the 12th hole. The 5th tee is located back up the fairway, back on top of the ridge. There are a few route finding issues on this course, and this is one of them. The 5th hole plays along the edge of the ridge. It is a sharp dogleg right, and it's a little tight, but it's not super tight. There is room to maneuver a disc up here. All of these short, heavily wooded, and technical holes on the front nine can seem a little bit repetitive, but each hole requires a slightly different throw. And so if you like shorter technical courses, then this is definitely the course for you. There's the basket, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The 6th hole is the shortest hole on this course, and yes, it's only 117 feet, and it's pretty flat, but it's also pretty tight, and there is one small tree up here right in front of the basket. So this hole is aceable, but it's going to take a very well-crafted throw in order to get that done. I like the challenge on this hole. I also like these baskets. These are really nice veteran baskets. The last three holes on the front nine play back and forth across a couple of ravines. These ravines start out as small swales on this hole, but they're going to get deeper and steeper on the next couple of holes. This is another short and tight and heavily wooded hole, but it is straight, unlike the doglegs we played on a previous few holes, and it's also slightly uphill. You can see there used to be a tree right in front of this basket, but it's not there anymore. The 8th hole plays back across the same ravines. The 8th tee is right beside the community center and the parking lot, and that's the building you saw off to the left there. The ravines are steeper now, so we just jumped across the ravine, and now we're basically up to the basket. This hole is also pretty tight, and with the elevation, this is much more challenging than some of the previous holes. The 9th hole is, of course, the last hole on the front nine. This is another pretty challenging hole with the length and the tightness and also the elevation from the ravines. Again, these ravines are steep, so we're going to jump across the ravines up to the basket. And once we get close to the basket, you'll see that we're on the brink of breaking out of the woods for the first time here, but we're not really going to break out until the back 9. That is the end of the front 9. I will see you on the back 9. Until then, have a great afternoon. Thank you for watching. Take care, and Lord bless.